Hey everybody, welcome back to the pond. Today we're going to be answering the question everybody has that nobody can actually answer. But that's the thing. That's what we're going to try to start doing in these shorter videos that are straight to the point, because there's a question going around and it takes action, and you have to come up with your own conviction to know what the action is to take. I took action last year when I sold our rental properties, all but one. And the reason I did that was because after I studied history and learned about inflation and food inflation, fuel inflation, and the CPI, and what happens is usually when 30 to 40% of a man's paycheck goes to food, to feed their children, to essential things, not that a house isn't essential, they quit paying the landlord. That's the first person to not get paid, usually. So I opted to take action and sell. Prices were high, seemed like the thing to do. Have not regretted it yet. If I do, it's okay. I made the decision. It was hard, but I did it. Now, after I made a post the other day about this, this is why we sold our rental properties last year. And it was a chart of vacancy rates have jumped to 6.7% in April, their highest level in 4 years. This is almost as high as September 2017 when vacancy rates hit 6.8. Well, inflation rate for renters remains elevated, increased by 5.7 year over year. I'm not going to bore you with any more reading other than the comments that were up under the post, because this is where the meat is. To me, the community, when they reach out and they tell you something, you can believe it. And you could actually learn a lot in the comments. So get in there and hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. And please let me know what's going on around you and what you're dealing with, because I want to read some comments that might touch base with somebody. We are seniors on a fixed income. I never thought our golden years would be spent living in an RV like we have for the last 6 years. But we are pretty much debt-free, live frugal, and are thankful for what we have. We own our home, no taxes. They're happy. They're doing good. That's awesome. There's a lot of pros to an RV. That is the ultimate bug-out plan, if you ask me. If something happens where you're at, you can move to the next place. I'm not going to go too far down that rabbit hole. Fact is, they made a decision, and that's what they're doing. Not exactly what they had in mind, but this is what's going on. Random thoughts. My rent is 43% of my take home. This is so stressful. It's very stressful. Finances are probably the most stressful thing other than something wrong with your health. So that's happening. It's in the community. Please post what's going on as we get into this. Now, there was one more comment that I'd like to read, and I'd like to kind of put this away, because there's some other people that think like this. Starbright says, a house is not an investment, it's a life essential. Property investors are scum of the earth. That's kind of an empty cut down there, Starbright. Here's the thing. What do people do when interest rates are extremely high? Maybe they have bad credit. Maybe they had a medical issue. I know some really good people that happened to. Maybe that struggle paying. Maybe they had something happen and they just can't own a house. What are they supposed to do? What is their option? Well, if you said rent, that's pretty much it. Now, I'm not saying there's not scummy landlords. I can only talk about me. My tenants were like family. They all had good credit scores, and they all had a good background check, and they took care of my house like I would like them to. I mean, you had to take your shoes off to walk in a rental house because they kept it so clean. I was blessed to have great renters, and they're friends of mine. I don't see how that's scummy. I guess the scummy thing to do would be to not be an investor and just let them sleep on the street, or let big government own properties. Or maybe that's what they have in mind, where you don't own anything and you rent everything. So try to think about it as not everybody is a scumbag that owns rental properties, because I don't think so. I know some really good people that take care of people that in their rental properties, that it's just service. It's a service that you get what you pay for. And so far it's been awesome. I would encourage everybody to do it, and I will be teaching it how to do it on this channel later when it's a little closer to time. Right now, well, I sold mine, so that's why I'm not trying to talk somebody into buying them. Oh, let me feed the fish while we're here. Maybe you can see that. Now, one more thing. I'll tell you what, I'll do this in the next video. This is about China sold a record amount of treasuries and what it means for us, and this will also help you reach the conclusion on what to do and what the action is to take. I'm going to try to keep these videos around 6 or 8 minutes. So hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell on your way out. Have an awesome, awesome day. Later.